welcome, and thank you for joining me today. I am Dena, and this is Discussions with Dena. As always, I want to invite you to partake in the discussion, if you so choose, that is. Subscribe and leave your comment or participate in the live chat. I have been listening. Um, it's been for the last 2 days or so in regards to a conversation that has been on social media. It's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's been on Facebook, and it's on YouTube. It is a conversation in regards to immigration. And I am really learning a lot about the thoughts of our people from around the world in regards to this issue. It's been quite enlightening. Now, Tariq Nasheed is a content creator on YouTube. He's an author. He is also, he does movies. And like him or love him, he started a Twitter conversation in which he entitled, "How Does Immigration Benefit Black Americans?" Which is really a good topic to speak on. What has been quite interesting, though, is how it morphed into a conversation about African Americans versus Africans who immigrate here. It was clearly not meant to be exclusively for Black immigrants, as the title indicated. However, somewhere along the line, it got to mean exclusively them, and I don't understand that myself. Many of our brothers and sisters from Africa and other places took it to mean that it was in regards to them. Although there are all kind of people, all races and ethnicities that come here, I don't know who told them it was exclusively about themselves. I did not know if many of them understood the topic or read it clearly. I don't think some of them did. But then again, when you're holding stuff in, sometimes you need any opportunity to vent. And perhaps this is how it was seen. I can't say for sure. But nowhere in the title did it say African immigrants or Black immigrants. It simply said immigration, which includes everyone, of course. Either way, it has proven to be very interesting, and it has really confirmed a lot of the information and the hearsay from others that we are around. It confirmed the mentality of some of our African people in a lot of Black people from other countries were giving their opinion and their thoughts on the issue. And some of it, oh my God, they let us know how they actually feel about Black people here in America. And I must say it was kind of eye-opening for me. It was interesting. And the ignorance was on full display. It was indeed a session, almost a therapeutic session. I'd been told in the past about these ideas or opinions that some of the immigrants, our Black brothers and sisters who come to America, have about us, whether they've been told it, whether they have learned it, or believe it about us. They were confirming some of that in the conversations that I was hearing. And I personally have always believed that a healthy discussion is good and can be beneficial if and only if the intent is to learn and to see how we can resolve conflict. And even if it's an attempt to unite us and allow us to progress together. Sometimes it's good to just vent and let it go. But the responses were overwhelming from our people from the continent, and it was swift. It's been over, I think, 72 hours now, and there are still lots of groups and conversations that are chatting on this very issue happening now. And it proves it's not so simple as we would like to believe. Now, I said some of the callers' opinions from other countries were truly based in pure ignorance and just stereotypes. And it was kind of hilarious, if not for it being so shameful. And it reminded me almost of this movie me and my husband used to watch that the Wayans did. And there were aliens on the planet, and they called different groups to come and help fight. But when they called the black people in, instead of them fighting the aliens, they turned the guns and they shot each other because they were having conflict about who was the baddest, who should do it. And this is what I likened this to. Now, when I first heard the conversation, I wrote a text and I was encouraging people to perhaps read over the topic again. I was saying surely they didn't understand the point of the conversation, because the title never exclusively, as I said before, it never exclusively said black immigrants, but they took it to mean them, thereby making it a battle of African Americans versus African immigrants. But I got quite a few nasty responses from some, from most, and it kind of let me know that they knew what this topic was, but they wanted to vent. And then I learned there are lots of groups on social media, and this is what they do. Immigrants get together and they insult us, black people. So this is indeed a real issue that we do need to clear up. I don't know if anything beneficial will come from the conversation, or even if there would be any kind of backlash and what that backlash would be. But I do know it was a good educational moment for myself. And it did expose a lot of the negativity and deplorable thoughts that they do have in regards to us. But I never heard any of them actually hold the people that are really accountable, that needed to be held accountable. It was like a divide and conquer technique that our oppressors have perfected among us, and it seemed to be represented there. Now, Tariq challenged them on their thought process, as he should have, because it's amazing that we allow others to tell us how we should feel about other people. And when I looked and I was listening to some of their conversation, it seems that's what they're basing their thoughts and their opinions on, somebody else's view. Because they said, my mom said, or some of them even admitted that their parents, or the people who told them, never even been to America to meet us. So they were basing their beliefs on what they perhaps have seen, because media is controlled, we know that. But I was thinking how ignorant even that is. Because I can, if you tell me and prepare me for something, I can have that in the back of my mind, but I'm going to check it out for myself so I can have a more clear view and understanding of what I am dealing with. But it is clear more than ever that there are fundamental ideologies that must change within the mind of black immigrants who come here, in the way they view us, treat us, and in the way they feel they can handle us. And yes, they do need to accept and acknowledge that our impression of them was to be that of an ally. Yet they have taken us to be the enemy, even though we fought for them to come here. Yes, our ancestors, our people We wanted them to come. We wanted them to get the benefits here. But somehow they've taken it to mean that we are the enemy. And they don't seem to quite understand what slavery meant or how it affected us personally. It didn't simply stop at slavery. We have dealt with Jim Crow and discrimination, torture. I mean, white supremacy is wrapped up in the entire society. The entire society, the root of America, it was built on it. Their policy, even politics, in our everyday life, it's so rooted in that we have taken it. Some of us just accept it, and some of us roll with it. Some of us give in to it, but then there are us who don't want that. We want to change, and so we fight and we continue the struggle for our own mental, physical, and spiritual, economical freedom for us as a people. And they can't understand that or appreciate that. Now, they are our people because we are related, but they dismiss, at least seem to dismiss, our entire hardship and struggle. Racism is so, it's covert today, but it's so deep. And they think, because they're looking from the outside, that there is nothing to struggle for. We just don't take advantage of opportunities that are given to us. But they don't understand that the opportunities that they are getting is a result of the fighting and the sacrifices and the death that we had to endure to get to this point. So they're reaping the benefits of our struggle and our accomplishments from fighting a continuous, consistent fight for the freedom and justice and equality that white supremacy deprived us of, deprived our ancestors of. We see this. They don't. They can't comprehend it. I don't know why, because Africa has been colonized in so many ways. So many ways. But what I'm seeing is the colonized mind. And that is the worst enslavement of all. And I think that's what we were hearing and seeing on social media. The very fact that Black people did fight the powers that be to demand, we did that. And we are still doing that so that they can come over and enjoy. They're allowed to come to this country. As he indicated, we wanted them as allies. We wanted them here, but they weren't wanted here by the white majority. But when we see them come over here and they become, as they call it, successful, they tend to shun us. Or all of the work and progress that we have made, once they're in a position as governor, mayor, or whatever, they want to take all those rights away. And they can't seem to understand how that affects us and diminishes everything that we have fought for, and why it is time to kind of pull their coattails and let them know that's not acceptable. It's just not. I read where a governor, as soon as she was elected, she's not from here, but as soon as she was elected, she started telling us Black people that we didn't need reparations. And it's because she don't understand and she can't relate to what we've had to deal with. So when they come over here, they begin to speak and behave like Arios. Black-skinned people like us, but they have white supremacist ideology. And they can't comprehend how that would be seen as disrespectful to us. Black people, the same people who fought for you, died here so that we and you can enjoy the privilege that you have to come over here and be successful at whatever it is you are trying to attain. So when you hear people coming over here telling us what we should do, what we should not do, when our blood is in this soil, is laden with our ancestors' blood and our tears. So we have never ever been compensated, not one penny, for what was done. The torture, the rape, the inhumane treatment, having our very humanity taken away, the terror day after day, year after year, centuries at the hand of the Caucasian here in America that they love so much. Many of them. They come and they don't acknowledge this. They can't understand this. So perhaps it is time that we spoke up about it, because sometimes people just don't know. They don't understand. They kind of push it aside or act as if it's no big deal. You have opportunity. So they want to call us lazy, uneducated, baby mamas and baby daddies. And then they use this word, which is called akata. And I mean, every negative, derogatory term that they can think of. And they can't understand how at some point we have to call out this. This is disrespect. And it is misguided, pure, ignorant thinking. We are not lazy. You can't call people who built a country lazy. When they stole us, we weren't lazy. They came and got us because they knew we had the ability to do it. So we don't want to hear this from our people. We don't want to fight two people, our oppressors and our people. That's nonsense. Now, I just find it amazing that they don't have this hatred, or it's this love that I can't understand that they have for their colonizers. And they want to tell us that we're not educated. We are very much educated. All of the privileges that they enjoy, or they think they enjoy, because they focus on the education. And I heard one say it was a superior education. That's because you're not aware of how racism is so wrapped up in this so-called educational system that it teaches you to love them. And some of their thinking came from the educational system. And those who are aware of that, we're pushing against it because we see it and we know it exists. But they can't seem to understand this. You cannot steal people, destroy them morally, oppress them mentally, physically, spiritually, economically, and say that they are free and not expect repercussions. You can't tell people pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you got the boots and you own the straps, and then you say go do something for yourself, but you got all of the resources that are necessary for one to build a thriving society. Now, we've been exposed to all of that, yet we still survive. We're still thriving in the midst of everything we dealt with. We're still here and we're still fighting. So you can't call us lazy. You can't call us any of those words that somehow came out of the mouth of the people that I was listening to. And it was a bit disheartening to hear it. And it just seemed so ignorant to me. These people stole our very humanity. They took it, said we were less than human. Was it 1/3 of a human being? But now say go free. And you all say, well, we came over here with nothing. You didn't come over here with nothing. You know who you are. You knew everything about yourself. You had the ability to choose to come or not come. That was a choice we didn't have. So we're not just fighting a simple fight. It's more complicated than that. And as far as I know, there wasn't a African country that demanded that they bring us back to the continent once we were stolen and brought here. I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken, and someone can educate me on that. But I don't see where a country in Africa demanded that they bring us home, that they be held accountable. Then, now they simply told us to we were free, and we built something from absolutely nothing. We had no land, nothing to actually call our own. But you know what? We endured and we survived, and we're still here today. And if our African or our black brothers and sisters can't understand that, the problem is not with us, it is with you. So don't be disrespectful and show disdain for us. There is a lot of humbleness that you should show when you come here. Have some compassion, the same compassion that you exemplify for other groups of people. Have it for your own people. Because, yes, that behavior and that thinking, it is a problem. So perhaps they should start educating the immigrants or people who intend to immigrate, black people in particular, our people, before you come here. Get a real lesson from one of us on our history here, in our history there. Because yes, some of our people in Africa participated in the slave trade. So it is important that you have a full, complete history, not just what somebody else told you. Learn, set up something so when you come over here, you don't have that attitude. So don't come here with the same talking points and the same mindset of our oppressors. It's a problem. Now, I believe that black people, when we have a problem, it is up to us to solve those problems and to resolve any issues that we have amongst ourselves. So perhaps this dialogue can be beneficial. I don't know. But we have to begin to speak truthfully. And if it is an issue of respect, then we will call it that. And then we can resolve it. And we can unite as a people and begin to build. But we have to have an understanding. Now, there were some very interesting conversations. There were some interesting thoughts and exchanges of opinion. And one in particular I found to be, like I said, it was interesting, but it was absolutely hilarious. It was sad, but it was a teachable moment. It was a conversation that Mr. Nasheed had with one of the people who called his show.
Who's calling?
Okay, my name is Looney.
Looney, where you calling from, sir?
Okay, Frederick, Maryland.
Okay, where you from originally?
Okay, I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria. So what's on your mind, sir?
Yeah. Okay, I've been listening to you all day, I'm very honest. This is it. I do agree with you that immigrants actually they owe a gratitude to their host country. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do agree with that. Mm-hmm. And that it's supposed to be all over the world. All over the world, all immigrants owe that gratitude to their host country and the people. Now back to the United States. We as immigrants, we owe that to not only the black, whether it's foundational black Americans or no, not only them, but to every liberal immigrant-friendly Americans, white or black.
Then why
And
are
I
okay?
even believe,
Okay, so
and
why?
I even believe the liberal, immigrant-friendly white, the Bernie Sanders people and all that, I even believe that they outnumber you guys. Because these people that you're talking about, they outnumber the blacks, in my own opinion, because I know you guys are in the minority. And you agreed to that when you were talking to the South African guy this afternoon, when you told him that why didn't they do for Mandela, and he told you, okay, why didn't you guys do for Dr. King what you're asking us, what you're saying we should have done for Mandela? You said you know you're in the minority. I just think that the white liberals, immigrant-friendly liberals, I think you have belittled them, and I think they deserve some more respect. It's not all about the black Americans. These people outnumber you. You're in minority. So what happens to their own vote?
Okay,
You're in the minority, and so are your votes.
Okay, so you're saying it's the white liberal or the immigrant liberal? Is that what you're saying?
The white immigrant-friendly liberals also have to be appreciated.
Okay, so
it's not just this gratitude is not just for the black Americans.
The immigrant-friendly liberal, that's the person you have to.
Yes, the white one.
Okay, so why
your vote alone couldn't have done anything for us.
Who hasn't done nothing for you?
I said your vote alone couldn't have done anything for us without them. And you need to understand that.
Okay, do you understand that the reason you can come here and become a citizen is because of foundational black Americans fighting for the 14th Amendment?
Well, everything comes down to the last individual vote, and you can't force anybody to vote. Even if they fought for it, somebody's out there preaching, campaigning, I'll do this and that for immigrants.
But it was foundational black. Hey! It was foundational black Americans sacrificing and fighting these white supremacists in order to get that implemented. It wasn't just a vote. We fought them. Hey! Okay, let's get something clear, brother. I'm letting you talk. Okay. Do not cut me off. We talking. Cut that bullshit out. Let's talk, but don't cut me off. I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to dialogue with you. Okay, it was foundational black Americans who created a grassroots movement where they risked their lives and even died to implement the 14th Amendment into the Constitution. That's the reason why you can become a citizen by coming over here, having a kid. If you're born here, you're a citizen. That is 100% because foundational black Americans died for that. White liberals didn't give a shit. It was us putting it on the line. In 1965, it was foundational black Americans. It was not white liberals. White liberals didn't give a shit about y'all. They didn't really want you over here, and they don't want you.
No, you need to stop saying that. That's exactly why I called. I don't like when you say that. Don't say white liberals don't give a shit about us.
They didn't want you over here in the 60s?
I've been in this country for like 4 years, and I can tell you I've met more immigrant-friendly white liberals in this country than black. I can tell you that for sure. So don't say that. You are spreading a wrong narrative and dangerous one when you say that. Stop saying they don't give a damn about us. It's not fair. You can't say that.
Are you caping for white people, sir?
I'm not. What I'm telling you is this. You keep saying all day, okay, these people, they don't respect us enough. We brought them here. It's because of us that they are here and all that. And I keep asking myself, you guys are in the minority. What are you talking about? How about all these white liberals that are immigrant-friendly as well? Do you mean their votes don't count? Do you mean what they did don't count? No, you can't do that. I'm Nigerian, but hey, I've been here for 4 years, and every day, and I can tell you, I've met more than immigrant-friendly white Americans than black. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so the white liberals, you got to thank the white liberals for helping you get on.
Exactly. As much as we thank the blacks that you've been advocating all day,
So why weren't
don't say they don't give a fuck about us. That is a lie.
Why weren't white? Okay, why are you not living in white neighborhoods then?
Well, do you know where I'm living?
You ain't in a white neighborhood. You're not in a white neighborhood.
I live in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
You are not living in a white neighborhood in large numbers. It might be one individual Sambo, but you are not living in white neighborhoods in large numbers. Don't tell that lie. Don't tell that lie. What city you in again? Wait. What city you in again?
I said I'm calling you from Frederick, Maryland, but I live in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
Waynesboro. Where are my Waynesboro, Pennsylvania people in the chat room? Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
That's a white neighborhood.
Waynesboro, my Pennsylvania people. Are there a bunch of immigrants living among white people in Waynesboro? Let me talk to my.
No?
Yes, I'm here. I'm talking to my people in the chat room. I don't know that area. My people from Pennsylvania. Are there a bunch of immigrants living with white people in that area? My people are going to chime in right now.
It's a white neighborhood. 85% white.
How many immigrants live there?
I can count on my finger, on my two hands.
A handful, like you and your family, basically.
And a few people.
You and your family. So not a bunch of you. So you're proving my point. Somebody said that you still. I'm looking at the chat room now. They're saying you lying your ass off. Some people are saying, hey, there's not a bunch of immigrants who live over there in that area. They're saying you are lying. Not a bunch of black ones. They're saying, yeah, it ain't no black immigrants living over there. That's what I thought. That's what
I said. I said I live in a white neighborhood. That's what I said. I'm not lying. I said I live in a
But it's not a bunch of black folks. It's not a group of black immigrants living over there. They don't let y'all live among them in large numbers.
No, I don't. There are no immigrants there. Just me and 2 or 3 other families. My family and 2 or 3 others.
That proves my point, sir.
I live among white people.
That proves my point. A lot of you are not living among white people like that. If they were so great, you're just happy because you get to live among white people as an individual, sir. That's called coding.
You see, Tariq. I like I said, I listen to you all day.
Listen, sir.
And the only reason why I've been trying to call to reach you is this.
You're caping for white people.
You said it again.
Listen,
it's don't give a damn about us. That is wrong.
Then why did how was that dangerous, sir? Because it wasn't white folks helping you immigrate over here. It's okay. It wasn't white people helping you immigrate here. It wasn't white. Okay, hold on. It wasn't white people. You don't have to cape for white people, dude. They can cape for themselves. It wasn't white people helping you get here.
No, see,
the immigration law that helped you get here. Stop talking. No, it was foundational Black Americans fight. It was foundational Black Americans fighting to get you here. There was a zero policy to get y'all over here before we fought to do it. And white people, yes, it was. Yes, it was. They didn't.
We have white liberals that fought us.
Liberals, my ass. They weren't trying to get you over here like that, and they still don't want you over here like that. That's why a bunch of you don't live among them.
You are lying. You are lying.
You prove my point, sir. Prove my point. Where is the neighborhood? Where is the neighborhood with a bunch of you Nigerian immigrants living with whites? A bunch of you. Where is the neighborhood? Don't get quiet now. Where's the neighborhood with a bunch of you living with white people? Hello? Now he hung up. Hello? Now he hung up. Doing all that tether babble. Caping for, and this is what we're talking about. Y'all come over here with y'all lips puckered up, ready to find the first white ass you can kiss. Leave these white people alone. Don't say that. Let us head to the white people. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why foundational Black Americans are like, why are we supporting immigration?
I would just like to leave you with one of the excerpts from the book of Dena. And I hope that we actually learn something from what we are discussing so that we can unite and build something for ourselves. But in the meantime, let me read you a scripture from the book of Dena. A colonized mind is the worst kind of enslavement to be in, where the chains are infinite and the very mentality can kill hope and all desire for actual and complete freedom, complete justice, or equality. Maintain that which is rooted in truth, self preservation, and complete acceptance of self and kind. Know thyself and fight to maintain mental freedom from propaganda of your enemy. Let not wickedness invade thine temple or corrupt your natural peace. That is from the book of Dena. So shall it be. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on Discussions with Dena.